Coach, winter is just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. They find some open field here. And avoids the contact by sliding. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Drill right, 22.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Hey, Jack Griffey left.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go with Johnson. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And boy, again, they won't get this off in time. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Slow. Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The former first-round pick from Boise State, Shea McClellan, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Taylor. Scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's the now 30-year-old running back, LaShawn McCoy. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
On 2nd down, Taylor. Going to drop this off to McCoy, complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Devon Kennard. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Back deep for the Lions, it's Golden Tate. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Throwing is Stafford. Screen play, Johnson. Dashing through the snow. The 30. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. 61 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, That's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are in for 6. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Now Taylor on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On second down, it's McCoy. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, Taylor. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. On the return, it's Tate. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Lions will take over. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Tuck it and run. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Stafford on third down. And Tate's got it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They'll hand it off now, Johnson. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Tackle there by Saran Neal out of Jacksonville State.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Ivory. And now running right through it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Taylor. Looking for his tight end, Clay, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now a first down carry here from McCoy. Busts through the tackle. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And the Lions have recovered.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been 2 ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble. And it's complete. The tight end, Deion Sims. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Detroit. 43 yards. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Stafford. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there, couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. Prater for the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he whips that one incomplete there. Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now Taylor going to hand this one off to McCoy. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down. Charles, I think sometimes maybe we take LaShawn McCoy for granted. Been in the league since 2009. He's played 12 or more games every season as a running back. 30 years old this year. What do you see for his future?
I still see a very bright future for him, and you're exactly right. We do kind of take him for granted. Remember, he was with Philadelphia. Then he goes to Buffalo. Buffalo goes through the playoff drought before last season. And the Eagles, they win a Super Bowl without him. So, yeah, we forget just how special he is. But I do think with his running style, he's got many more seasons left.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter up in Minneapolis. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here.
Flag 32. Flag 32.
Taylor with a give to McCoy. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. To throw on 3rd down, Taylor.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Under.
They'll throw on first down to Taylor. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Under. Z.
Taylor. Airing one out for Crowder. That's caught inside the 20. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 34. And that is no good. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Looking to throw on second down. Taylor. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 11, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down.
Ready. 319. 319.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
Taylor now to throw on third down. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Third and long, it's Taylor. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Ezekiel Ansah coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Now it's Tate. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now Stafford, he couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Over the middle, complete to Tate. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Jerry Hughes in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And down inside the 15 he goes. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Help me out, partner. Did they use up all their juice on 2nd down when they got the sack? Because on 3rd down, 0 pressure all the time in the world, and he picks up the 1st down with that throw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Short kick. It's taken at the 23. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now Taylor to throw on second down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is
they'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Slow.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Throw left side complete. It's McCoy. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. 1st and 10 at the 43.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
Again to McCoy. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. You gave the stat early on that he's one of just 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards last year, and then you said they needed to bottle him up for under 100 yards. He's way under 100 yards.
bottom line, he's had virtually no success whatsoever.
And because of that, among a couple other reasons, they're down on the scoreboard. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early, and that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Taylor to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Ready. 3-19.
Here's Taylor throwing on 3rd and long. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. Golden Tate's gonna go. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate, 85 yards. And the Lions have got it on cruise control.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Extra point good by Prater, and that will extend this big lead. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bills getting set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Taylor to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ziggy Ansah in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Z.
To throw is Taylor, operating from the gun. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
Yeah, here come the Bills. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
The decision is to decline it and not give them the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the first down against our defense by that decision.
Taylor looking to throw on 2nd down. Crowder's got it over the middle. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo first.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away, and he's got room. Finding room inside the 40, and all the way down to the 33-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Taylor, he's going to let it fly. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that, +3.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. As they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Now Brown. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
There's pride on the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
Watch 80. Watch 80. Two jet.
One last shot for Taylor. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.